welcome to my channel Fife and Flow. You'll notice that I'm filming inside today. That is because it is super wet. It is officially the off season of mountain biking, but I'm gonna share with you my top 3 essential skills to practice during the off season. The first skill I want to talk about is bunny hopping. In my opinion, this is one of the most important skills you can learn on a mountain bike. Not only can you use a bunny hop to skip over features, but it's also the foundation of learning how to jump using a lip. If you're unaware how to bunny hop, I have this tutorial that I'll link up right up here that you can check out right after this video. Okay, here's a very quick tutorial on how to bunny hop. First, you want to start tall, then bring your weight down into the bike. This will be easy to see on a full suspension because you'll see your fork and your rear shock compress. Next, you want to shift your weight rearward, which allows you to lift the front wheel. And finally, you shift your weight up and forward, allowing you to finish the bunny hop by lifting the rear wheel. With all these skills, I recommend riding flat pedals and shoes, mainly because I find that you don't really develop these weird habits that you would with learning skills with clips. Plus, I feel like they're safer. If you're looking for some new mountain biking shoes, make sure to check out competitivecyclist.com, who's the sponsor of this video. The second skill that I think is essential to learn for mountain biking is track standing. Track stands are a very helpful skill with learning balance and control over your bike. It is not just a cool parking lot trick. I find myself doing track stands on the trail pretty frequently, mainly when I'm riding a trail blind and I ride up to a feature and I kind of want to look at it and not just dropping in trail speed. It's nice that you're able to balance for a quick second, spot your line, and then ride down rather than putting a foot down, which can make you kind of lose your flow, or if you're on clips, it's kind of a pain to unclip and then reclip right before a feature. One thing I've noticed since learning track stands is that I'm more confident with slower and technical moves. Just being able to balance your bike while moving really slowly is, I think, a very important skill. Sweet, now let's get to how to do a track stand. So what I would do first is find a slight hill. You want to approach the hill at a diagonal and turn your wheel up the hill. Whether that be right or left, you have to figure out what one feels better for you. Once you turn your wheel up the hill, you want to slightly move forward and backward. Let gravity kind of bring you down and let that pressure of the pedal bring you forward. That way you're not exactly standing perfectly still in a track stand. You're more doing like crazy minute movements forward and backwards. Last but definitely not least is cornering. We all ride them, but when do we intentionally practice them? I know for me, it's not enough. My advice for you for cornering is a little unorthodox. I'm not gonna exactly give you a tutorial of how to corner, but I am gonna encourage you to experiment a bit. So maybe set up some cones or anything that you can use for a marker and just try a couple things, such as keeping your feet level, maybe even dropping a foot. Try pushing at the apex of the corner or really tilting the bars, and honestly just see how it goes, see what feels good. My thing is, when I was learning how to corner, I was being told all of these things, such as elbows out, you need to drop that inside arm and put the outside leg down or whatever. And I remember I just had so much feedback and so many things to think about that I ended up not cornering that well, where honestly, if you're looking ahead through a corner and you'll try to do these minute changes, that I think that you would honestly progress faster rather than listening to all this feedback, just because cornering is such a complex skill and everyone does it differently that it's really hard, I feel like, to just be taught verbally, if that makes sense. However, if you are one of those people that just needs to be instructed and wants a tutorial, one of the best tutorials I found really helpful was one from Pink Bike that I will link up right here. The reason why I say to experiment with cornering is because I know you've experienced some time when you've done something right on the bike and you instantly know, or you think, oh, I got it, or that felt good. That sensation of, hey, it felt smooth, or hey, I feel like I accomplished what I wanted to do. And your body knows, and your mind, when you do something right. And I feel like when you're able to experiment with cornering, you'll get these small bursts of, oh, that felt good, I'm gonna do it again. Or, no, that did not feel good, let's try to do something different. And I think when you go through that learning experience, you're able to really refine your corners, I think, better than just being instructed of a certain technique of how to corner. Another thing to keep in mind with all these skills is that no matter how many tutorials you watch, how much time you spend on YouTube watching how to do these mountain biking skills, it will never be as good as going out and practicing and experimenting. I think it's nice to watch these YouTube tutorials to get like an idea of what to practice and what to work on, but overall what you really need to do is put in consistent practice effort. Those are my top 3 essential bike skills that I'll be working on this winter. Try them out and let me hear your thoughts below. Thanks for watching this video. Make sure to hit that subscribe and like button. Now I hope you go and find some flow.